it's Clocky, and I wanted to wish everybody a happy holiday season to celebrate whatever it is that you choose to celebrate with whoever it is that you choose to celebrate. Your friends, family, friends you made online, your direct family, whatever. I just hope everyone finds some joy in this crazy year that we've got going on. While we're in the holiday season, I figured, since I get asked this question fairly often, I figured I would make a quick video ranking popular Christmas movies, popular Santas, and I'll tell you my opinion on what the best Christmas movies are, what the worst Christmas movies are, and who the best Christmas Santas are. So I am fully prepared to die on this hill. I know that the first ranking that I get when it comes to Christmas movies is going to get me a lot of hate, but I don't care. So here's the thing. A lot of these movies are going to be ranked based off of simply having a lot of nostalgia to me. I've watched them all since I was able to remember watching movies. So a lot of the movies in this ranking have a bit of a nostalgia factor of why they're better than other ones. And I also tend to like movies that definitely have some sort of emotional trigger. I really am very in touch with my emotions. I know me crying on camera and stream and video games just doesn't prove it to you enough. But I like movies and soundtracks and things that really make me feel something. So my top video ranking Christmas movies and Santas do fall into that category of emotional triggers. However, my first Christmas movie that you're all going to hate me for, which I personally think is the worst Christmas movie, and I will leave the room or the house if this Christmas movie is on. I hate Elf. I hate it all the way through to my core. Elf is, hands down, the worst Christmas movie. There's the other Christmas movies I'm not ranking. All the National Lampoon's Go to Christmas. I didn't watch that growing up, and so I don't have nostalgia with it, and I'm not going to rank it because I never bothered to watch it. Home Alone also wasn't nostalgic to me, and that kind of humor and entertainment just isn't for me, but I'm not going to be including those on this playlist. However, Elf. I have sat down and watched Elf, and I don't like it. For one thing in particular, and this is also going to be incredibly well received, I'm sure, I hate Will Ferrell. As a person, fine, sure. As an actor, I can't stand him. I do not resonate with his sense of humor at all. His jokes, his delivery just is not for me. Every Will Ferrell movie is out of the question. If you put it on, I will leave. I will not watch them. The only movie I can happily say that I enjoy Will Ferrell being in is the Lego Movie. He does a great Lord business. However, Elf is absolutely trash. The jokes from it annoy me. I don't like anything about this movie, and I'm prepared to die on this hill that Elf is a trash movie and Will Ferrell movies are bad. All of them. The sense of humor for me is so childish. There's so many inappropriate sexual innuendo jokes, so many poopy jokes, dick jokes, love them, except they're not tasteful at all, so it's a no for me. It's a no from me forever. You're welcome. We're starting off with all the love. Next on my Christmas don't list, I guess, my second least favorite Christmas movie is The Nightmare Before Christmas. Yes, it's also a Halloween movie. I think I prefer it to be a Halloween movie. I would probably rank it higher if this was a Halloween movie Christmas list. A Halloween movie ranking list. It's not that I hate the movie. I have sat down to rewatch it now that I'm older, and I don't hate the movie anymore, but I think it's overly hyped and overly obsessed over. It's definitely not my type of movie. I enjoy all the characters, I enjoy what they were doing with the storyline and combining different aspects of monsters and Christmas and Halloween, and I think it's fun, but because it's so overly popular and I can't walk into a store without being swarmed by Nightmare Before Christmas stuff all the time and everyone's favorite movie, it's a no for me. I cannot follow that. It's just not. It's a good movie, but it's not a good movie. It shouldn't be the best movie you've ever watched in your life. It's just not. A lot of people are reading into it like English teachers, and it's just not for me. So next, The Polar Express. It's a no from me. I will sit down and watch it at least once a Christmas. I will say that. I don't have any particular hatred towards it. However, this movie is creepy. It's creepy, right? Okay, there's like a room there's a train car on the train with like hanging puppets. The ghost is terrifying. The animation style is so like, it wants to be realistic, but it wasn't quite there yet. And everyone feels so scary. That movie has scared me since I was a child. The boy with the glasses is such a brat and drives me up the wall. The main character is so dumb. He never stops to think about anyone else, and I get that's his lesson to learn, but it just is so frustrating to watch. The main character, girl, is so high on herself. She's so, I'm better than everyone else, and I like to prove it to everyone else. And that song that she sings in the back of the train car with the poor boy from the main character's like same town, that song throws me through a loop. He's literally singing about, oh, I don't really get to celebrate Christmas because my family's poor, so we don't get presents. And she's like, yeah, but I'm rich and my family has money, so I get Christmas, therefore Christmas is pretty. And he's like, but that's not how it works because I'm poor. And she's like, no, Christmas is pretty because money. I know that's not the whole meaning of the song, but that's all I hear when I listen to that song, is him going, hey, I don't really get Christmas because everyone talks about presents and money. Talks about presents because their families have money, but mine doesn't. She's like, yeah, well, mine does, so Christmas is good. Okay, you're such a brat. You're not paying attention to what he's saying at all, and you're just saying your opinion is higher than his, and just because you have a better Christmas means his Christmas is better? I can't with this whole movie. The only scene I've ever really enjoyed watching is the hot chocolate scene. Personally, huge fan of hot chocolate. Best holiday drink. I mean, I drink that throughout anytime it gets cold. When by cold, I mean below 60 degrees. However, I do like the hot chocolate scene. That's pretty much the only scene I enjoy watching. This movie creeps me out. I love Tom Hanks, though. For sure. Tom Hanks is fabulous. Creepy, though. Still creepy. Next, a lot of the next movies are going to be like rapid fire. They're all the nostalgic claymation movies. A lot of people probably still don't watch these anymore. I always watch them at least once at Christmas. These are ones that I grew up on. And so I just have deep memories of watching them like back to back as a child on my parents' couch, just eating and having my advent calendar and wrapping presents. So these ones are very nostalgic to me, but I will rank them. There's going to be 4 of them, and I'm going to rank them in order of which one of the claymations is the best. So this is just like a whole category of after the Polar Express is these 4, but these 4 have their own individual ranking. Got it? Good. Moving on. First on that list, and by first I mean worst, would be Rudolph. I will get a little bit further into this when I rank Santas later, but I personally do really love Rudolph. I'm still ranking it lower based off of the other aspects and the things I'm going to talk about later. But Rudolph I really do love. It was one of my favorites growing up just because I loved animals growing up, so every animal movie ever was my favorite. Spirit was my childhood favorite movie. Bambi was my childhood favorite movie. 101 Dalmatians. So if there was a movie that was focused on animals, it was for sure something that I watched on repeat. However, rewatching it, there's a lot of things wrong with this movie, and I'll get into that a little bit, but I still enjoy watching it, but there's a lot of things wrong with this particular movie. Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Again, I will, actually I don't have this one, but, next is Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Again, this one would be second to worst on my Claymation rank list. Just because above Rudolph, this one has better music. So you got put one foot in front of the other and all sorts of fun songs you can sing. This one is low on my list because Kris Kringle in this particular movie is super child touchy. There's a scene where he first comes to town and he sings, "Oh, what a good boy. Won't you sit on my lap today?" I understand that the whole Santa sit on your lap thing, it's creepy. It's creepy. It's done in a very pedophilic manner, and I just can't handle it. That scene particularly makes me cringe so bad. Again, all these Claymation movies are still my favorites because they're nostalgic to me, but they're all very wrong the more you watch them as you're older. This one is particularly pedophilic. I do like the way it ends, and I like some of the characters. I love the Winter Warlock, Topper, and all of them. They're very cute and stuff, and I love the storytelling by Fred Astaire with the letters and stuff, and I've always loved the way that they did these movies. I think they're very cute, but definitely on the creepy side. Next up on my Christmas Claymation rank list would be number 3. So my second to best of the Claymation movies would be Jack Frost. A lot of people don't remember this one. It's, I think, a little bit older than the other ones. I could be wrong. And even I forget about this one all the time because there's so many other Jack Frost related movies now that even I just kind of like forget about this one. But I personally loved this movie growing up. I love Jack Frost. I've always been partial to characters with like white hair. So he's got this like bleached blonde white hair, and it just falls right into the category of my favorite types of characters already. However, I enjoyed magical stuff, so Jack Frost was a personal favorite. The main villain being Kubla Kraus was fun, and the mechanical horse. This one was a little creepier, but I still enjoyed this one a lot. I don't have a whole lot of complaints when it comes to this one, so I am ranking it a little bit higher. And again, Jack Frost one was definitely a personal favorite for me because I've just always really loved the idea of Jack Frost. And then on the finale of my Claymation ones is A Year Without a Santa Claus. I love this one. This one of the Claymations, hands down, has the best soundtrack. Heat Miser and Snow Miser, the audio and soundtrack is used widely on TikTok every single holiday season, and I just think it's got the most singable songs and it's the most fun. And although the Santa is a bit of a pain, and I'll get into that a little bit later, it's still definitely the highest on my Christmas Claymation ranking. I love the whole Snow and Southtown section. It's just I think this one's more of a fun movie with the Snow Miser, Heat Miser, Mother Nature, Mrs. Claus being very active, all these extra characters. I definitely just think that this one's probably the best of the Claymations for that aspect. Now, we're getting back to regular Christmas movies. So, if we just group the Claymations, so it's Elf being the worst, Nightmare Before Christmas being the second worst, Polar Express, the Claymations as a whole, and now we're getting on to the next. So now we're on movies that I enjoy. The Incredibles! Okay, before you start, The Incredibles is a Christmas movie, and I'll tell you why. Every single year when I was growing up, I don't know if anyone else noticed this, but when I was growing up, every single year we would turn on Disney Channel Christmas morning, and The Incredibles would be playing. We still don't know why, and they stopped doing it, which really makes us upset, but every single year for so many years of my childhood, The Incredibles was just playing on Disney Channel. And so for us, my family, The Incredibles just became a Christmas movie, and we're just like, The Incredibles on, it's Christmas time! So I'm ranking The Incredibles as a Christmas movie because it is the Christmas movie to me. And also, they're wearing red suits. So, next. Noelle. I know, right? Not a lot of people have probably watched this one or heard of this one. But I really liked this movie. I did. I don't typically like more modern Christmas movies made because I really watch the ones I watched as a child for the nostalgia of like, oh, the fun, happy Christmas spirit. But I was at my parents' house, I think last year or 2 years ago, and my dad was like, oh, this has Bill Hader, who is one of my personal favorite actor-comedians, and Anna Kendrick, who I also love and adore. And he's like, oh, they made a Christmas movie. And I was like, oh, no, not one of those celebrity Christmas movies. They're always so gross and bad. But he put it on and we watched it. And I was like, I actually really liked that. I really did. If you have not had a chance to watch this one, it's not obviously some sort of masterpiece Christmas movie, unreal. But I really liked this Christmas movie. It was really fun. Very different. And for a celebrity new coming Christmas movie, it's really cool. Really, really like that. So I recommend that one. The Christmas Chronicles. Now I've only been a fan of these for about a year now. One of my community members actually put it on during a watch party night and was like, let's do this. And I was like, I've never watched it. I fell in love with this. It's so cute. The elves, this is probably my favorite depiction of elves in any Christmas movie ever. Kurt Russell slaughtered this role, and I'll talk about that a little bit more. He slaughtered this role. He is witty, he's funny. The children in the movie are funny, and although they have these quirks at the beginning that I thought, oh, this is going to be one of those Disney Channel original style movies, it wasn't, and they grew really fast, and the pacing was really nice of this movie. It's funny, and then at the end it just hits you, and I just started sobbing. I wasn't even expecting such an emotional ending to this funny, goofy movie, but I fell in love with it, and now this is going to be a Christmas tradition for me, and one that I'm going to watch forever. I really, really love this one. The Santa Claus. Absolutely, hands down, fabulous. There's nothing I would change about this movie. It's corny, it's bad, it's good. Tim Allen kills this role. I love his son. I love Charlie. I love Neil. I love the mom. Everyone is perfect. The elves, Bernard, Barabbas, they're so good. Comet. I mean, if you haven't seen Tim Allen's The Santa Claus yet, then you're wrong. There's no other point here. This is definitely one of my absolute favorite Christmas movies, for sure, without a doubt. And I will watch this for the day I die. This is also my sister's personal favorite Christmas movie, so we watch it like all the time. So, 10 out of 10. However, I would not rank this as my personal Christmas movie. Last year, I came across a Christmas movie that I hadn't seen yet, and it was on a Santa Claus list that I was ranking Santa Clauses, and I was like, oh, I know all of these Santas except for this one. So I found the movie, and I decided to watch it. And turns out, it was Klaus. If you have not seen this movie yet, this is one of the best, if not the best, Christmas movies that I've ever seen in my entire life. I cried, I think, 10 times the first time I watched this. It's so beautiful and tells the story in such a neat way, but there's also some Tim Burton themes to it. It's dark, it's witty, it's got comedic timing. J.K. Simmons is Klaus. It's so sweet. It's so sweet, and I don't want to spoil it and get into it, but this movie, if you have not seen this one, it is the best Christmas movie out there. And I will watch this forever and ever, and I will always call this my favorite Christmas movie. But really quickly, since we now have done my Christmas movie ranking, we're going to rank my favorite Santa Clauses. The Santa Claus, so we're ranking Christmas Santa Claus. The Santa Claus from Rudolph. So, the reason I can't rank Rudolph very high is because of Santa Claus. This Santa Claus is a racist. I'm not kidding. He discriminates so harshly above Rudolph and anyone who is different just because they're, oh man. If you have not figured this out, you need to rewatch Rudolph and just realize that Santa Claus is a racist. An absolute no-go. No. Can't do it. The Santa Claus from Polar Express. He doesn't have a very big part in it, but he's just creepy. Along with the whole movie of Polar Express. He's just creepy. He stares a lot. It's weird. I hate it. I hate the whole thing. Santa Claus from A Year Without a Santa Claus. He's the best of the claymation Santa Clauses, simply because the only issue he has is he just feels like being lazy and he doesn't think people believe in him. But he resolves his problem very strongly. He still goes to work and goes to visit the town and saves Christmas, and he comes back and sings and he's all happy. So I personally think he's the best of the best of the claymation Santa Clauses. Now we're gonna have some ties. Santa Claus from the Guardians movie and Santa Claus from the Christmas Chronicles. Hi. Santa Claus from the Guardians movie. I didn't rank that as a Christmas movie because it's kind of an all seasons movie. However, I do personally love that movie. But Santa Claus from that movie is so funny. The naughty, the nice tattoos. I love him so, so much. If you have not seen that movie, you need to take a look at it. But he is definitely one of my highest ranking Santa Clauses. Also, that design, 10 out of 10. Tied with Kurt Russell's Santa Claus. I typically don't like the new modern Santa Claus looks that they do, but they gave him this leather Santa jacket and the dirty, not dirty, but the brown mixed fur instead of the pure white fur, and his beard is all scruffy, but I think his design is modern and cool, and he's just a fantastic Santa. I think he's so funny, and he does the Christmas spirit in a very different way than a lot of my top Christmas Santas at this point, because I like them for nostalgia, but he just killed it. Tim Allen's The Santa Claus. Nostalgic, favorite Christmas movie that I've watched since I was a kid. And to me, when I think of Santa Claus, when I think of a classic Santa Claus, I just see Tim Allen's face as Santa Claus. He looks like Santa to me. He just has the face, the beard is fantastic, the classic Christmas outfit. Like, this is my classic Christmas Santa, for sure. What can I say? I love Klaus. My favorite Santa that has ever aired is Klaus. He doesn't look like your traditional Santa. He is the greatest himbo to have ever crossed himbo territory. His story is so sad. He's riddled with heartbreak and tragedy, and he's just so calm and sweet, and J.K. Simmons is the voice actor, and his growth, and Klaus is my favorite Christmas movie, and Klaus is my favorite Christmas Santa. I think that there is all to say there. What are your favorites? Do you disagree with everything that I've said? Do you agree with anything that I've said? I'd love to hear what you guys think about Christmas movies and what your top ranking would be. And also, don't hate me too much for the elf thing, okay? I just don't like Will Ferrell. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and I hope you all have a very, very happy holiday season to whatever it is you celebrate. I know this was very Christmas themed, but I do hope you enjoy whatever holidays that you celebrate. And let me know in the comments down below what other types of videos you want to see from me. If you like this, if you disagree with my list, if you have any other comments to make on the Santas, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and I will see you guys in the next video. But for now, I'm clocking out. Bye!